activism, entrepreneurship, however these people change the culture. The Ridin Durty Show is the platform for them, and today is no different than any other day on the Ridin Durty Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the platform, Mr. Bangem Bug. What's going on, my G?
What's going on, man?
Man, trying to maintain during this pandemic.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm doing the same, man.
All right, so look, the first.
I'm gonna make every dollar I can.
All right, man. You know what? The funny thing is, they blessed a lot of people with the stimulus checks. I haven't got my stimulus yet. Hopefully, I'll be getting it, and there's just money in the bank. But the one thing I've noticed about the pandemic, I've been able to save a large amount of money, because I am an essential worker. So I've been able to put aside a little money too, man. So we're not spending as much money during the pandemic, even though a lot of people aren't making the money.
Well, me, shit, I haven't even been working, but I got a little money saved up, so I'm just kind of living off of the money that I got. Like, I'm supposed to start working soon, but I ain't even working myself.
All right, okay. Oh, well, man, keep that money tight to you. Don't buy too much toilet tissue, even though the shelves have been replenished. I don't know what the hell's going on with the toilet tissue, but just keep the money tight. And this is the time I've been telling everybody, the entrepreneur spirit right now is alive. There are so many people cranking up businesses, especially through social media and the internet. So, man, this is the time to crank up a business.
Yeah, I mean, I actually started a business at the beginning of the year. Like, I was doing like a little hot shot business, but I got like a lemon truck, so like I ended up having to shut it down. So,
okay,
like I'm just back. I'm back, like I guess doing work for like a temp service, but ain't no work unless I probably go over the road. But I wasn't really trying to do that because, I got like a radio show myself like on Saturday, so I'm just trying to make this take off. So I'm trying to stick around for this.
I feel you. So look, let's get into it. Bangem Bug. The first thing I want you to do is let the world know where you're from. And the second thing I want to ask is that name Bangem Bug is unique. Where'd the name come from?
All right, I'm from the west side of Tuscaloosa. My name, I used to go by Junebug or whatever, but it was too common. And I just thought about just putting Bangem in front of it, and I brought it up to one of my homeboys, and like they loved it, so I just ran with it.
All right. What's it like growing up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama? First of all, what was your home life like? And then what's the music scene like coming out of Tuscaloosa?
The home life growing up, my dad was around, my parents, like they still together. So, I mean, the home was good, but back, in Tuscaloosa, like they got a little gang banging and stuff like that, but it ain't really serious like that. And what was the other question?
What's the music scene like in Tuscaloosa?
They still don't have a really big music scene. I mean, you got like probably like 2 or 3 artists that's kind of doing pretty good on the internet, but nobody really hasn't taken off yet. So it's like everybody's still trying to make something happen from their way.
All right, now when you think of Alabama, we tend to think of groups like Dirty, Deuce Comrades, just to name a few. Like, who are some of the groups to break out of Alabama in general?
I really wasn't a big fan of Alabama artists, but I mean, the first one that I really knew of was Rich Boy.
Okay.
He was like the first one that kind of broke out, but he didn't really keep it going. But he was like one of the first artists that kind of broke out of Alabama.
Yeah, at one point in time, he had a #1 song in the country, so he definitely made some headways for Alabama. When did you? So, because being an entrepreneur, not only are you a rapper, but you are a radio host. So I want to talk about being a radio host first. Tell us a little bit about your show, when you started, and just what do you plan to bring to the airwaves?
I probably started it probably like a month ago. I had went in for like an interview with Cyber DJ CK, and after I finished the interview, he was like, like, did I want to have my own show? And I was like, yeah, because I was planning on having a podcast myself, and like I kind of wanted one because a lot of like interviews I do is kind of like, even though we indie artists, a lot of interviews like they kind of say the same questions like over and over again, and a lot of people don't research nothing, or so it's like you don't necessarily have to do that for an artist, but at the same time, it's good to like ask an artist about like social commentary and like. Just like, stuff that, you wouldn't normally hear in the interview. So that's what I'm trying to bring. Like, so, when they be posting interviews of me, like, it's like totally different and it's exciting to watch. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll stay laughing. So I just bring that real stuff, man, where people just want to hear the truth a lot of times, but a lot of people scared to say the truth.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, as a radio host, do you feel like you have a commitment to entertain people plus bring forth a positive message and let them know what's going on in the world?
I just look at it like I don't feel like I have to put out a positive energy, but I mean I'm just being myself, having a good time. So it's basically like me having conversations with other artists. I don't feel like I'm obligated to like give people this education about the world and anything. Like I'm just on the radio to have fun. Maybe eventually I get to that where I feel like I got a responsibility, but right now I'm just trying to have fun and laugh on the show, man.
All right. Let the people know where your show can be heard, the name of the show, and when.
The show is called Literally Is No Pressure. It comes on 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can download it, download the TuneIn app and listen. And I also I post the show on my YouTube, Bangem Bugg. So if you go on my YouTube, like I always post my shows. Like I'm on the 3rd episode right now, so y'all go check it out.
All right, and what's that state? What station can it be heard on?
Oh, ATL Web Radio.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have a co-host or is it just Bangem Bug?
Right now, it's me and it's another artist, the real 10000. So it's just me and him right now. I'm thinking about adding a female co-host, but I mean that's pretty much up in the air. But it's me and him right now.
All right. All right. Now, 3 episodes in, what was the experience of those first 3 episodes?
The first one, it was more like I was getting a feel for it. He was kind of showing me how to work stuff, so it was more like a freestyle. Like I didn't write like any kind of segments or anything down. And like the second show, it was kind of pretty much the same thing. And then like the third show, it was kind of like I had segments, and I'm getting a little more used to things, so it like went like a lot smoother. It just like it felt, if you seen it, it looked like way more professional or whatever. So it's just like I'm learning as I go. But you know what I'm saying? Like if I like listening to it myself, I know it's a good show. So I like listening back to the old episodes or whatever. So I think it's a pretty good show.
All right. At this point, have you had any guests on the show?
Yeah, I'm doing indie artists right now. I had scheduled I'm forgetting the name. Oh man, but it was like a major artist, but after the COVID-19 hit, I had to cancel it. But it's mostly about like bringing light to the indie artists or whatever.
All right, definitely, no doubt, and the indie artists definitely need it. How do you feel about the independent music scene? All around when it comes to independent music scene in comparison to the major music scene? Do you think that the major artists tend to mimic sounds and styles of indie artists, or do you think indie artists tend to mimic sounds of what's going on?
I think it's a little bit of both because as a major artist, they constantly always trying to come up with new stuff and trying to, I guess, hop on to create their own wave before another one comes. So, but mostly it's like indie artists copying a major artist. So it's a little biting of both.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. Now let's talk a little bit about Bangem Bug as an artist. First of all, as a artist, how do you want to be remembered by your fans?
I want to be remembered. I want to be that artist that like, if you going through any kind of painful situation, or any kind of situation where like you feel like you might need some type of motivation to keep going, like you can listen to my music and it'll get you through it. So, like one of those artists that kind of like real heartfelt and just gave you some real music. Like it's just like it's timeless. Like you can always listen to it.
No doubt, no doubt. All right. When did you decide to become an artist? And who are some of your inspirations?
Well, I mean, I just started taking it serious like last year. Like started like doing open mics where I'm hardly sleeping and writing and all that kind of stuff. And like my inspirations for the most part, like DMX. And DMX was like one of them artists. Like it's like he made you want to write. Like when I heard Tupac, it was like that made me like rap. And when I heard DMX, I actually wanted to start writing music. So and the artist Black, I listen to R&B. So I listen to Jasmine Sullivan, Anthony Hamilton, and I can actually write like R&B hooks too. So yeah, them pretty much my inspiration.
All right. Now, in taking it serious and being an independent artist, what has been the most complicated thing for you?
Complicated? I mean, I was gonna say like I don't really feel like I didn't really have complications for the most part. I mean, I'm just, it's basically, I mean, you trying to build up your buzz. I don't really feel like that's difficult. It's just like, it's pretty much getting the money to like build your buzz. So, I mean, it's like a money issue more than anything. I don't really think it's been like, it's like difficult. It's just having the money to do everything.
All right.
Because writing music and stuff like that, it comes easy, like it's natural. Like recording and all that kind of stuff and creating a buzz. I mean, all of it come natural. Like it's not hard to do. It's just about getting that money.
No doubt, no doubt. Which do you prefer, being an artist or being a radio host?
I mean, for right now, I mean the artist. I mean, I like the most. I'm pretty new at it. I mean, I guess, if you get like, I guess when you get ready to like lay it down, like definitely radio will probably be better for you, especially for your home. Like you don't have to be on the road like this. So right now, like the artist, and I love to travel and do shows and meet new people. So definitely being an artist.
Okay, all right. Now, what's a trip to the studio like for Bangem Bug? What are some things that Bangem Bug has to have to make that studio experience perfect?
I don't have to have much. I mean, I'm pretty simple right now. Like, I mean, I pretty much take I'm not one of them artists who try to freestyle a song. So, I mean, I take whatever I wrote down into the studio. But I mean, long as like the AC and stuff working at the studio, like, and I got like a bottle of water, like I'm good to go.
No doubt. Hey man, the damn AC best be working. I promise you that. All right, so look,
they have you in that little room.
Man, have you in a room sweating like hell, feeling like you're being interrogated.
Oh yeah.
So look, as an artist and as a radio host, do you feel like at any point in time it'll be a conflict of interest? Like, do you feel like you ever get any blowback from artists who like, man, I don't know if I want to be on this show because he just play his songs, or do you feel like you ever have to pick one or the other?
No, I haven't really got no pushback. I mean, well, how I set it up, I had an artist come in around like 6:30. So I mean, if I play my music, it'll be at the beginning of the show. So I mean, when they come in, it's pretty much all about them. So I mean, I don't really be having no pushback about that.
All right, and let's talk a little bit about this record we're about to play called "Make It Bounce." Tell me a little bit about the record, who produced it, and what was the concept behind it when you wrote it.
It's produced by M16. I mean, I basically, like, I hit him up, like, I was saying I needed a club beat because I was trying to figure out, like, what would be the best song to, like, do open mics with. So I was like, I needed a club song. So, he sent me, like, 10 beats, and I heard that beat. I was like, this the one. And, the way I write songs is like, I let the beat tell me what to say. So when I heard the beat, that's what it sounded like it was saying. So that's why, it came like that would Make It Bounce. But that's what the beat sound like. But if you listen to all of my songs, like, it's like once you hear the beat, it sounds like it's pretty much the tempo of the beat, how the hook go.
All right. So have you relocated from Alabama to Atlanta, or are you back and forth?
I'm out in Villa Rica. Like it's like an hour away. I'm like an hour away from the station.
Okay. All right.
So I'll be back and forth though, but I'm in Georgia right now.
No doubt, no doubt. So look, how do you feel the internet has helped or contributed when it comes to you getting your career to the masses? And when I say career, I'm talking about your music and your radio show.
I mean, the internet is pretty much everything. Like, I mean, it promotes. It promotes after you done promoting it. So, the internet is everything. You definitely need it. You need to definitely pay for like sponsor ads and all that. But I mean, it helps make your buzz bigger. So if you ain't on the internet, like you pretty much behind. And my show, I always make sure, I'm always promoting on all my social media as soon as I put up the show. So they're pretty much gonna keep traffic and stuff going on it. But it's everything.
All right, no doubt. Well, do me a favor and tell the people how to find Bangem Bug and the Literally It's No Pressure show on the World Wide Web.
All right, if you want to find me, you can go to my Instagram, my YouTube. You can type in BANGEMBUGG. It's gonna just pop up on YouTube, but on my Instagram, you can go on my link tree, and it's got hit the link tree link, and it's gonna take you to streaming platforms like all of my social medias. And Literally It's No Pressure. You can download the TuneIn app. It's on ATL Web Radio from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right. Do me one favor, my G, and introduce this song to the world.
This is Bangem Bug, man. This is my song, Make It Bounce. It's going crazy right now, so y'all make sure y'all check it out, man. Let's get it.
Appreciate it, my G.
Hit him with the
All right.
M16 head.